Hey everybody, the other day I did a video on trucker's hitch, and I told people to put a bowline in the end of their line before they did the hitch, and people said, well, they don't know how to tie a bowline. They asked if I do a video on it. And you know what, I said that would be something that might be helpful. The bowline is probably the most handy knot you can learn. I think Ashley's Book of Knots have about 3,600 different knots in the book, and the bowline is probably the most important one out of them all, because it's easy to tie, and once it's set up it doesn't jam, and it's easy to untie. The only thing is people learn how to tie it one way, and oftentimes you need to tie it in more than one way, and it becomes difficult when you're in a situation you tie it, then you don't know how to use it because you're doing it backwards. Let me show you the Boy Scout way they teach everybody. You first start, here's a tree, you make a hole. You have a squirrel comes out of the hole. It goes up the tree, around it, back into the hole, and you just made your first bowline. See, it's also easy to untie. Let me do that slowly. Boop. Now, you make a loop in the line, and here's the end of it. You make a loop in the line, make it a little longer. Now take your end, come through the hole, go up the tree, come back down, go into the hole, and tighten everything up. That's the bowline. The problem is, what if you're trying to tie this and there's something pulling on the other end? The first ship I was ever on, my very first day, I was up on the bow, and they threw a heaving line to me and had to tie it to a hawser to pull through for the mooring line. And you had a big heaving line with a monkey fist on the end of it, and I was trying to tie it to a mooring line, and the heaving line was being pulled, so I was trying to make a loop and then go up through the hole, and that wasn't working too well. The mate got mad at me. So there's more than one way to tie a bowline. If you have a line and there's something being pulled or weight on the other end, it's hard for you to make that loop. What you do is you take one end in one hand and you hold this part, then you take your hand and you make the loop this way and come back down, and it's so much simpler, so much quicker. So that's the second way. Let's try that one more time. Like I said, imagine there's a weight or something being pulled on this part. So you just grab it, take this end, and go like that. One more time. Go like that. We just made our loop. Go around it, back in. It's actually quicker than the other method. Now the third way is sometimes you have to do it backwards. Now this is your end. We're going to come around it, and then we're going to pull on this and we're going to push on this, and see how we just made that loop? So we would go around the tree with, I would say rabbit instead of squirrel. I don't know why. Rabbits don't come out of trees like that. Let's try that one more time. This is your third way. You're kind of doing it backward, but sometimes you need to do it that way. So come around it and pull on one and push on the other. Go like that. You just made your loop. It's probably the quickest way out of them all. But there's other ways you can tie it even quicker. So that's the third way to tie a bowline. So hope that was something helpful. If you learn how to tie one way, you should learn to do the other two, because sometimes you're going to have to do it and you won't be able to make a loop or a hole and go out of the tree. You want you're going to need the other methods. Trust me. So I hope that was something helpful. If you like these knot videos, I'll do some more. Really common knots. Alright guys, put out new videos every week. Been doing it for 14 years, got over 1,000 videos, and I'll come back, watch more.